Chuck Jumpa scores about 96 to 94 in favor of Rafael Ruelas. Judge at ringside, Al Lefkowitz scores about 97 to 93 in favor of Hicklet Lau. Judge at ringside, Paul Smith scores about 96 to 94 in favor of the winner, Rafael Ruelas.
Well, I'm sure Rafael Ruelas himself feels that he dodged a bullet here, Rich.
Yes, it was very close. I had the fight scored absolutely even at 95-95. And I don't think that's the kind of outcome, a split decision by the barest margin here tonight that Rafael was hoping for. You have to cut him some slack. He's been off for a year, of course, and coming off that devastating loss to Costa Zoo. But I'm sure he was hoping for a better performance, or at least a more dominating one than he got here tonight.
And in Hicklet Lau, a guy who has been so close so many times, only to come up with another loss. We go to the center of the ring, and Sean O'Grady. Sean?
Thanks, Barry. Rafael Ruelas, a split decision. Did you make this fight tougher than it needed to be?
Well, you know what? Maybe the fact that I've been up for a while, that might have made it a little bit more difficult. But I thought that I wanted to fight, unanimously. I thought that I connected a lot more punches. I was more effective. I blocked a lot of punches.
You thought you won the fight because you threw more punches. Did you feel like you missed your trainer, Joe Goosen, in this fight?
Well, not necessarily. It's not because,
What are you thinking here?
Well, you know what? I felt that I had to work at times a little bit more, but I know I had to be careful because, Hicklet Lau is not a bad fighter at all. He's a good counter puncher, and I had to be careful for those counters.
Did you expect such a tough fight from him?
Well, you know what? It was more of a difficult style. It wasn't necessarily that it was such a difficult fight. It was just a difficult style for me,
How about the year off? Did you feel you seemed to really get tired in the later rounds? Was that because of the year off?
Well, that could have, I would say that definitely played a role, but, with every fight I'm going to improve, I'm going to be better, and, I don't feel that I did too bad for having been off, for a whole year. I thought that I won this fight unanimously.
Okay. Well, you're back on your way. I know you want to get back to the top of boxing. Rafael Ruelas, he gets the split decision victory tonight. Barry, Rich?
By the narrowest of margins, he felt he won it unanimously. Tough night, I think, for Rafael Ruelas, so I think Rich is probably going to have to do a little bit of soul searching.
Yeah, because he did not dominate a fighter who has basically been a six-round fighter for most of his career so far. It only been over 6 rounds once. And although Rafael felt that he won the fight, I didn't see a lot of elation there in the corner.
No, I agree with you. And for Hicklet Lau, you got to feel sorry for this guy. He's been in every fight that he's fought. He's won 11 of them, but now has lost 5 of his last 6. Let's go back up to Sean O'Grady with Hicklet Lau. Sean?
Hicklet, another split decision loss. What do you have to do to get the victories?
I don't know. Maybe fight for another promoter. I just don't know.
He says he thought that he won the fight unanimously.
It was obvious. The crowd knows that I won this fight. It's a shame, a disappointment, not only for me but for the world of boxing to continue to see this kind of robbery in sport of boxing.
Hicklet, did you pull it out in the end of this fight? Because you acted like you wanted to win.
I knew I wanted to fight. He was tired. It's time for him to retire. I was a fresher boxer. I think I landed the bigger shots. I just don't know what to say.
You're relatively a young fighter. What does this tell you about yourself? Former world champion?
It just tells me I'm ready. I can fight anybody. I'm a world-class fighter.
But you got to start getting the decision.
Yeah.
How about your style? Does that bother some judges, you think?
I don't know. Perhaps they want to see more boxing, which is how I finished the fight. I started off brawling with him because it's how I felt natural, but after I saw that, he was taking my best shots, I just went ahead and boxed him, which was so easy.
Well, Hicklet, you ended the fight strong. You got some good experience tonight. Hopefully you'll be able to pick up some of these victories. Very, very disappointed. He put up a good fight tonight, but he didn't get the win.
Yeah, I thought he really did put up a good fight tonight, Rich.
Yeah, and I don't think, though, that it was a robbery here tonight, Barry, and I don't think there was anything nefarious going on. I thought, as I mentioned before the decision, I thought it was close enough to go either way, that whoever won this fight would get a close decision, and the loser would probably be disappointed, but I don't think this was any highway robbery.
No, I agree with that, too, but again, I think you have to question what comes next for Rafael Ruelas, and I'll put myself on those side of those who say maybe enough's enough.